Lane 1 will roll their bars out to set lane 1.
We have a team of volunteers, our event teams, and specifically within the event, the gear teams. And they're the ones that are responsible for getting gear on, getting gear off, and then restaging it between heats.
These are going to happen so fast, you're going to have to stay on station.
In order to get all that gear in exactly the right place, you have to rehearse over and over and over again to take out every little rough edge, every little mistake possibility before it happens.
It's not a sprint. Focus on what you're doing, know your job, and this will be flawless.
The black shirts at the competition are Johnny Mac's team of experienced and seasoned leads. All of the behind the scenes work that goes on via volunteer teams are going to be led by black shirt people.
The small mistake on the equipment team during the competition can be huge for the media and the presentation.
I think we should be killing the rehearsals soon. I think the rehearsals should be ending soon.
Good job.
That's the coolest part of being in Madison, is being like in the downtown area and like every coffee shop full of CrossFit people. The Capitol building lawn, stairs filled with CrossFit people. The day after the CrossFit Games, every breakfast place, everywhere you go, everybody's just kind of hanging out and just taking their time getting out of town. Today, Friday, is like when the CrossFit Games really start kicking into high gear.
Friday is the day that the games start, because that's when the kind of big show begins.
It's a lot of sport events, a lot of transitions, and a lot of unannounced workouts. That's kind of part of what you're signing up for when you come to the CrossFit Games, is you won't know all the workouts, you won't know all the times. Things are going to change.
Same fucking spot!
Second day of competition for the individuals is underway here at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin. It is close at the top. Just 15 points separate Brent Fikowski from Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson. My brain is having problems processing this.
This is something we haven't seen in 15 years at the CrossFit Games.
If you're wearing underwear, they have to be the underwear that you were issued. 5 of you guys come out there yesterday, on Wednesday, wearing Nike underwear. That's a no-go. If we catch you doing that, you will not be able to enter the field of play, or you will have to go cowboy for that event. Understood.
Tia Toomey earning 397 out of a possible 400 points.
It's hard to talk to when she's in the zone. It's just white noise to her now. This is good.
Mal O'Brien, the only woman to keep her from sweeping the first 4 events, but we're starting to see some separation between the top athletes and everyone chasing them.
Yeah, I like to give her a space and let her pray by herself, talk to herself, get herself in the right mind frame.
So this is the white line. You guys are off the white. You guys are at Zeus.
As the head judge, he is responsible for making sure that all the judges are on the same page, that all the judges understand the movement standards, understand what the rules of an event are, and that they understand how to deal with problems that come up during an event. Packed house inside the North Park here at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin, as we continue day 2 of competition for the individuals at the 2021 Noble CrossFit Games.
3029, Christy, big bib number 61.
Event number 5 is an event that you could do in your gym, so we have to amp it up for the CrossFit Games.
It is the CrossFit Games, as Dave Castro would classically say. 4 rounds of 4 20-foot rope climbs, followed by a 500, 400 skier between men and women, and then that 42-foot sandbag at 150 and 200, but it's a little different bag than these athletes are used to.
It was a really sneaky, constant motion event. The only way to do well at this event was to really go on each element. You couldn't let up.
Laura Horvath looking for her 4th career event win here at the CrossFit Games. Vellner to the sandbag for the final time, and Pat Vellner will pick up his 2nd event win, and someone's climbed out of the hole. The bag is up, and Laura Horvath, safe to say that she is back. Laura Horvath wins event 5.
Just blew the doors off this event.
That's a good strategy. Thanks, Pat. Congratulations, Ben.
I could hear like the announcers just calling, like they were saying the Panchiks are back to the rope at the same time. I never knew who they were talking to, and they were giving placements because
yeah,
like,
I kept thinking it was me.
I assumed it was you, so I was like, go faster.
Okay, let's dive into 1225 to 140 is a big chunk where we're making the transition from outside to inside. We'll announce IE 6 and 7 in the Coliseum.
The announcements at the games have evolved a lot. They started off being just really practical. Dave telling the athletes what they were going to do.
We'll run through the first one without anything open. Then we'll have the curtain open. Then we'll have the door opened.
They've grown to be not just to the athletes, but also to all the fans on site and the fans worldwide.
And you know what? Let's just open the door. All right, now are you guys excited?
Oh yeah.
Bringing everyone into what the workout will be or what the test will be has become part of the fun and excitement and drama of the competition.
Oh, actually, there's one more thing. Darn it. Darn it. That, my friends, is IE 6. There's also IE 7.
He's put in all this work to cook these things up, and he wants to be the one that actually puts it on the plate and serves it up and looks at the look of disgust on your face as he unveils what is probably going to be a really bad time for you.
All right, now are you guys excited? All right, head off the floor and get ready.
I know if she's going to be allowed to run with her.
If about what?
Allowed to run with her.
Yeah, we're going to do, you're going to run with, maybe not your key. We're looking at it, yes. So you are running it with people, yes. Now let's dive into the first, let's put just a normal distribution of numbers, and then let's dive into the Danielle situation. 8, 8, 8, or 8, 8, 9, 10. What do we do with Danielle in this situation?
Well, I mean, it is possible that with an 8-person heat, we could separate her. The question is the run. So the good news and the bad news about the run, because we start with a basic line start here and there is space between them, we are kind of at the whim of how fast everybody's going to be moving, and she has been one of the faster athletes, so there's a chance that she'd overtake and be in close contact at that point, and then once they get outdoors, they'd be out.
Because there is a small but real risk that they could turn positive between the time we tested them and the time that they are competing, we wanted to provide an extra buffer with other athletes.
What we're suggesting right now is that she competes in the first heat, a heat of 5, and in that case, we could jump every other lane.
There is no risk path. How can we manage those risks so that they're reasonable and still get the benefit of allowing that athlete to participate? Or at what point do those risks become so high that we have to say, no, it's not safe for this to happen?
I mean, 6 200s in 7 minutes with a clean. First bar 210 on the second.
In between competing, she stays in that individual corral just to minimize the risk of anybody being exposed should she happen to turn positive on one of the subsequent tests.
There's not a lot of pacing on that first one. The second workout is different because then you're starting to get to people's 1-rep maxes.
Yeah.
Every day we're going to test her in the morning before she arrives on campus, and then again before she competes in the Coliseum.
Back inside the Coliseum as day 2 of competition for the individuals rolls on here.
Thank you, Sean. The first time we'll be running inside the Coliseum, so the athletes are going to start on the other side of the field.
Here they come. 1 minute to start.
But this is going to be a very, very fast-paced event. Look at his heart rate.
30 seconds.
You're not calm. We see your heart rate, Jason.
Event 6, we're taking the traditional speed clean ladder and we're going to twist it.
Twist it pretty good.
Here comes Saxon Panchik. Less than 30 seconds to go, now 20 seconds to go as he will do it. Pat Vellner right to work. Vellner not able to make it. Panchik is in. Fikowski can't make it. Medeiros will stand it up. They have enough time. And Medeiros is in.
You thought Justin Medeiros was dangerous on an empty ranch in Aromas, California?
I think a lot of people were pretty surprised at how many athletes did not make it inside the time cap for that event. Perone and Paulson won't be able to get that final clean.
It became apparent really quick that those athletes were way more fatigued at that point of the competition than the testing teams had been when they ran through that event.
They were under what we expected from the testing.
That's what Dave does. He puts aggressive time caps out there because he doesn't want to showcase the athletes, he wants to test them.
While we're there on the floor, I get the word that, hey, we're going to change the time caps.
But if there's a small change on the floor, it ripples out to the event team. By the time it gets to media, it could be, in their world, a giant problem.
21 walk, 22 start. Okay, copy.
Wilson manages our master schedule that goes out to the entire team. He pushes a button, adds the number in, and his formula fixes everything in the rest of his schedule. That's great. That's not how our scoring system works. So we have to manually build and adjust all of those times. So there's a ton of things that have to happen really, really quickly to be able to support what is a seemingly small, oh, we're gonna move the time cap from 6 to 7 minutes or from 7 to 8 minutes decision.
You're still doing exactly the same thing, but the outdoor run is shorter.
The competition's not going to stop. We got to keep going. The heats are going to keep coming. The broadcast is still going to go on, and yet we've got a problem to solve.
So the run is now shorter, and the time cap is 8 minutes for each division, not 7. So you have time to set up on the cleans. You have time to do all that shit a little more.
So it's 8 all the way down.
8 all the way down.
Danielle's in heat 3.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Okay.
Do that.
We'll build.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Thanks, guys. Good.
More barbell.
Heavier barbell.
The fun is not over. Oh no, we were just getting warmed up in event 6. It's event 7 of 15 now, and the weights are getting even bigger. If Toomey can win this event, she would tie Matt Fraser with 29 career event wins. Here comes Saxon Panchik looking to win the heat. In 5th place is where Saxon is looking to land, and Saxon will hit that. And the younger Panchik shining inside the Coliseum. Justin Medeiros is in, and he may be your new leader. Tia Toomey is about ready to smash another top time and smash another barbell. Did you expect anything else? Tia Toomey goes 2 for 2 inside the Coliseum on day 2.
That was good. 5 and 5. Consistent. It doesn't matter. I mean, no one cares who's at the top on event number 7.
No.
Everyone cares who's top of the leaderboard at the end of the weekend, and we're just about at that halfway point. So there's so much more competition left. So it doesn't really matter to me. Just kind of stay focused. Treat every event like it's the last event of the weekend, and be willing to die for points.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave's pissing me off. He's mad. I look like shit when I'm running.
I was upset because he was asking me if I was okay, and I just had cleaned 350, and like gutted through a run to do it. And I think I was frustrated because like I was really proud in that moment, and he was like, "Are you okay? Like I don't want you doing more damage." And it was just like a lot of emotion all at once. And after doing this for so long, I do feel that if something didn't feel right, I would not go out and like jeopardize my health to do something that is unsafe in any way.
We do our best to educate athletes about their injuries, and unless we think the risk is extreme, it's generally on the athlete to decide if they feel like they're willing to continue to compete.
Sometimes us as athletes, we're gonna do everything we can to get the job done.
So this one, be prepared, like, I think 25% of the field will probably finish. A lot won't. That cap's aggressive.
We've got a spotting plan in place to help assist with that as well.
Okay, let's figure out the Danielle. It's probably the same as the run clean ladder.
My team is the one that actually puts athletes in lanes for the heats, and so knowing where to put Danielle in a place that would potentially risk as few athletes as possible and be the safest possible position.
Katina, is it Katina?
Yeah.
We should have her go down there and sit in the front, and maybe a couple other medical people, and she'll cross right to them. Meaning, and no one will be there high-fiving her because it's our staff.
We replaced the fans that were in her lane with medical staff to make sure the fans had a buffer in case Danielle forgot or in case others that didn't know kind of reached over, which is unique in our sport. You know, we have complete control of the entire facility, and the people in those seats are CrossFitters, and they actually wanted and were willing to help the competition, so they're totally good sports.
So does that work?
You good on that one?
Okay.
999.
And tell Katina not to jump up. Tell her to be chill too.
Lane 3.
Day 2 of individual competition rolls on here at the Alliant Energy Center. Chase, it's time to get inverted.
Now we're choosing a gymnastics skills test here with event number 8.
Scott Panchik is your leader, and despite that bum knee, he currently sits in 12th place overall. This is Panchik's first attempt at this final obstacle.
No one's done it on their first attempt just yet.
And Scott Panchik with the time to beat.
Call my shot there. Someone goes, "I think you can run faster on your hands."
It is Danielle Brandon who is out front early.
Oh my goodness.
She is wasting no time, already on her return trip, and we haven't even hit the 1 minute mark yet.
They're still secluding her from the group, so she has been by herself in a corner for basically 3 days of competition, still putting on performances like this.
This is almost too easy for Danielle Brandon. Sub 2 minutes for Danielle Brandon.
I would like to report a crime because Danielle Brandon just murdered this event.
Danielle. Frick, man, snaking me, huh?
Listen, man, I gotta crank some dingers. Someone came up to me and they go, I think you can run faster on your hands than you can on your feet right now.
Every time this guy gets a heat win, it's freaking Scott's time the last heat was faster.
Come on, man, slow down a little bit, eh?
Listen, you're wearing the red shirt.
Justin, you got a new shirt.
Yeah, dude, I do got a new shirt. Look good?
Where'd you get it?
Dude, I don't know. Someone gave it to me, man. I'm like, I don't know. Someone's got to fight me to take this thing off, so.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. I mean, something that, like, you picture every day, like thinking about the CrossFit Games and just being like a kid and seeing Matt wear it for all those years, like, definitely means a lot. Just definitely got to appreciate the moment that I'm here at the CrossFit Games being the best of the best and wearing the leader shirt. But dude, we're only halfway through the weekend. We have so much more to go. I mean, just as how I'm in first right now, I mean, we're only halfway through. Things that switch up so much. So just kind of stay dialed in, take it workout by workout, and start for points.
All right, let's start. Real quick. So the issues we had today with IE7 on the Coliseum floor, that is 100% entirely my fault, and I take all responsibility for that.
On Friday, on the first major day in the Coliseum, It was less than what our standard is. And Dave set the tone in the meeting by taking responsibility.
Previous 3 days were great. Now we have the biggest and most significant piece in front of us these next 3 days. The fans had a great day today. We just need to tighten some of our things up, and so let's have a great day tomorrow. All right, break.
The opening event of the third day of competition. 30 will start, only 20 will move on. And that was sprint between Briggs and Haley Adams.
My vision of Sam Briggs.
What better way to close out day 3 of competition than inside the Coliseum with the big weights?
We test heavy lifts at the games because it can't test fitness without testing strength.
You're talking about a Mount Rushmore CrossFit. These two are going on. There it is. And Annie Thorsonner has it.
We got blood on her shirt, and that's blood in the water for Pat Vellner.
There is no doubt.
Oh man, tomorrow's gonna be so